Hey everyone, this video is an introduction to the Ingame Developer Console Unity tool. We're going to look at how to install it, how to add it to your scene. We'll look at some of the main features and a basic introduction to how to add a new function or a new command into the tool, right? So I'll start by importing the package here. For you, you'll probably just get it from the App Store. You'll get then something, the Unity Store. And then you'll get something like this. I'll import. Then you'll get the Ingame Developer Console folder or something similar to that. And what we care about is if I go to prefabs, I have these two. The one we really care about is the IDC canvas. So you need to drag it into your scene, and you might get this if you don't have TextMesh Pro. Since I'm on a fresh project, I don't have it. All I need to do is import, and then that's it. We don't need the examples or instance. With this, that's really the entire installation process. We can already start using it. So here I have just an empty scene, but if I click the tilde sign, I get this, and then I can start typing. So let's say you want help. So each time I type, you get all these suggestions, and I can move between them using my arrow keys, and that one is highlighted in yellow. And so help just prints out all the Ingame Developer Console or IDC commands. So if I tap now, it auto-completes for me the one that was selected. And then I can press enter once it's auto-completed, and I get all these commands. These are some built-in commands, so things like basically controlling the IDC settings, colors, speed of this animation when it opens and closes, if you want to adjust that, things like that. I, for example, have a clear console, clears the console window. Again, I can do it and it's clear. So it's very simple, essentially plug and play to get started. Now, let's look at the demo scene. So if we go to Ingame Developer Console, demo scenes, demo 1, if I load that, we have this simple scene, but it will allow us to play a little bit with some custom commands that we have. So if I play, there are a few commands that I added here. One of them is called add cube. So if I start typing again, there's add cube. Now you see when I select it with tab, I get arguments that are required to call it, just like IntelliSense when you're coding. And then, so here we have two arguments, color and position, and you have the types as well. And if I do a minus sign or a dash, I get now autocomplete for what is required here. You have vector3, it's giving me all the constructors, in this case, 3 of them, right? You can either give an empty constructor, 2 parameters, x and y, or x and y and z. So the current one is highlighted. Or I have all the static variables that appear in IntelliSense. So vector3 has on it forward, which is 001, or 1, which is all ones, right? X, Y, Z, all 1, and so on. So I can select any of them, or I can pass a constructor like this, just 2 brackets. But let's say, oh no, we want to pass the X. So, well, we're going to do, maybe we'll do the position at 10x. And then when I go to Y, putting a comma, you can see now the Y parameter is highlighted. So then Y, so let's put it at a bit high at 5. And then let's just use this one, right? And if I go outside, another dash, now the console detects, okay, now we're on the 3rd parameter. And again, we a 2nd parameter, and we have 3 constructors and a bunch of colors preset. So let's do yellow, right? And then take yellow, and if I press enter now, you'll see this cube was created there. Now you have things like the terminal. So if I press the up arrow key, I get the previous command, and so on. I can scroll between commands. So maybe you want another one, but this time it's perhaps black, right? And so on. So you can work with basically any command like this. The IDC auto detects all the arguments. It prints all these nice suggestions, and you have really a ton of control if you want to customize it. But by default, and we'll look at how exactly this is set up. By default, this is very nice. So one thing we have here is like these are all automatic. So let's try, for example, 1, right? And we can see it's in the position. I think that's enough for the demo. Now let's go into how do we create these custom commands. Right now, all the custom commands are on the controller object I have here, just something custom I made. Let's disable this, and I'm going to create a new, let's call it test, right? A new script. I'll just call it test, create an add. Right. This one I disabled, and let's open up test. So now that we have this open, we'll delete update, we don't need it. And the first thing we need to do is using IDC, Ingame Developer Console, right? So let's start adding. Now IDC commands are just methods. They're normal methods, nothing fancy about them. So let's just do void create cube, right? For now, I'm not going to take any parameters. All we'll do is, game object equals, not new game object, let's do game object dot create primitive cube. That's it, I think. Now, so we just want to do something default. Now, how do you add it to the IDC? All you have to do is do IDC command. That's it. With this will now automatically be registered by the IDC. But I want to highlight a common pitfall that you might come across. So if I add this, and I think, all right, it's added, but if I come here and we run, we'll see it's still not registered. So create, it's not. The thing is, we forgot to register the class. So this class is not registered with the IDC. In this case, we want to register all instances of this class. So all we have to do is on start, I'm going to do IDC utils.idc. So this was automatically capturing the default instance that we have. Dot add class. So this is not a static class. I'm just going to do add class this. That's it. And then you do this once, and then you can have as many methods or commands as you want inside this class. Now let's go back. Let's start playing. So now we'll have create cube. There is no description. We did not pass a name, so it's using the name of the method itself by default. So let's take that, and it's taking no parameters. So now I press enter, and we have this small cube. It's not falling because there's no rigid body. It's just a default cube that was created. We can see it here. Nice. So that's all really it takes. Now you can do some basic customizations here by doing brackets, and you have a lot of control. This is all now set to defaults. Like for example, you can access it anywhere, and it's only run manually. You could also have custom automatically run commands. You have a lot of control. But for now, let's just do command name. Right, let's call it create cube. Maybe we want to change it. Let's give a description. Creates rigid body cube. Right now it's not doing that, but let's say this. So this will automatically appear with nice formatting on the console. Now if we add, let's say, a position, we really want a position. It's really useful. All we have to do is this. There is no additional configuration. So it's a good autocomplete. So we're just setting the position. Right now, if we go back to Unity, we'll notice the new description. So create cube, we have the description, and now it automatically detected the position, and we have all these fancy stuff that we have. So maybe we say, well, we want it up, and there we go, and we have our cube. So that's the basic idea, really. Any number of commands you can imagine can be done like this, while some things are done automatically. So just like how we detect the vector3 variables automatically, if we say delete cube, right, and we want to take a game object, or just maybe you just have a global delete object, and then all this does is just destroy game object. If we want it on the IDC, so I'm going to say IDC command. Right now, the IDC is going to automatically, as suggestion, give me all the game objects by name, and then I can select any of them. So if I say destroy game object is built in, but if I say delete cube, you have all of them, and then maybe we just remove the ground, and then we have nothing, right? They're all gone. So this is the basic idea of the IDC. I imagine this is the baseline that everybody would start with. That what most people would use most of the time is just this. You're going to add methods and some simple configuration like command description, or really none. Now in future videos, we're going to explore a bit deeper into what else can you do, what are all these fancy features, what are shortcuts, and setting profiles and all these things. So hopefully we'll be going through that, but as a start, this is all you need, and hope you enjoy the in-game developer console.